Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. Today we're going to take a look at a series of a group, right? A team that I just completed a run on. So I wanted to kind of show this off a bit. And I'm not going to get too in-depth in any of the stories or because, you know, a lot of these I've got to go and actually I'm going to go and reread the entire series because I've read like some but not all, but I just completed the run and I've actually got the full run of a later series they did. I'm talking about the Invaders from Marvel. So, you know, full disclosure, Bill and I have taken a lot of pot shots at this series over the years here on Comic Book Users for one main reason. And that would be artist Frank Robbins. I've always thought the Invaders storylines were really cool. The covers generally are amazing because generally Frank Robbins didn't do the artwork on the covers. Usually it was Jack Kirby or various other very notable artists at Marvel would do the great covers. And then I remember when I was a kid, I'd go buy the issues, I'd open them up, and I'm like, oh, it's Frank Robbins on the inside. God, this artwork sucks. But I would be very much into the characters, of course, because Invaders, you know, you got, this is World War II stuff, right? So you got early Captain America, early Namor the Submariner, early Human Torch, right? And, you know, various other, and Torch is a little sidekick, and various other heroes that would appear later on, which we'll get to in a minute. And a lot of really good villains, right? Because this is all World War II stuff. So it was a different series. It kind of was like a throwback to like superheroes from the golden era. And I think in the 70s, that was kind of refreshing for Marvel, right? And like I said, the storylines were always really good, but I was always so disappointed in the artwork. And I always thought that the Invaders could have been one of the great comic book teams of the 70s if they would have just found someone else other than Frank Robbins. I just never thought his kind of very cartoony caricatures worked well with these hero books. For me, he never worked. But anyway, I'm going to go open up a couple of these just to kind of show you some kind of like what the interiors look like. But let me first go through the issues here. Number one, and these are 40 some odd issues, right? I believe it's 41. Got a couple annuals, and then I'll show you the 4 later ones that they did. So issue number 1, Battle Over Britain. All right, here we got issue number 2. Donar. So as you can see, really good covers. You'll notice quite a lot of Kirby covers here sprinkled about. Issue number 3. All right, that's a Jack Kirby cover right there. Cap versus Namor versus the Torch. All of a sudden they're fighting each other. Here we got, and as you can see, they got the sticker on top. I bought a lot of these at mycomicshop.com. The U-Man, another Kirby cover here. Another Kirby cover coming up. All right, the Red Skull. So again, remember back in World War II, this is awesome cover right here. This is them going up against the Liberty Legion. All right, another classic Kirby cover. How many times did we see Kirby covers like this especially back in the 60s and early 70s, where you had like 2 teams battling out? In most cases, you usually had half and half right here. They're all kind of mixing it up there. Very cool. Here's the first issue. This is, and I believe this book is fairly pricey. I've had this since I was a kid. This is issue number 7. The first appearance of Baron Blood. Another Kirby cover, kind of like a Dracula vampire kind of character. Also, another pricey book now. I've had this since I was a kid. Issue number 8. This is the first appearance of the Union Jack. Kirby cover. It sucks I got a little cut down on the bottom, but it is what it is. Here's issue number 9. Union Jack taking on Baron Blood. Another Kirby cover there. And I believe this is a Johnny Romita cover, I believe. This is the first appearance of the Reaper, issue number 10. Another Kirby cover here, the Blue Bullet, issue number 11. Another Kirby cover. First appearance, I believe, of Spitfire. Now joining the team. Here we have, I believe this is a Gil Kane, maybe Frank Robbins, maybe the two of them worked on this one together against the Golem. So right here, it's like, well, that's not quite up to the standards of the covers that came before it. Here's another Kirby cover. Teaming up with the Crusaders against the Nazis. More Kirby love here. Again, continuation of the story with the Crusaders. Now they're fighting each other. More Kirby love with issue number 16. The Masterman. So you might be asking, well, why did Kirby work on all these covers? Because Kirby had just come back to Marvel right around this time. This is probably like 1976 or so. And so he was doing a whole bunch of his own books, right? But he also was doing lots of covers across the whole Marvel roster at the time. Here we have issue number 17, debut of the Warrior Woman. This, I believe, is a Gil Kane cover, if I'm not mistaken. Here we got more Gil Kane here on issue number 18. This, I believe this is either, this might be John Buscema. Issue number 19. Got Adolf Hitler on the cover there. Here's another Gil Kane cover for you here, issue number 20. Origin of the Submariner. I believe this might be a Frank Robbins cover. It's either Frank Robbins or Gil Kane. It looks like Frank Robbins, or it looks like it might be both of them doing the arts and the ink. Number 21. Okay, Toro is the name of the Human Torch's little sidekick, right? Here we got, I believe this is also a Gil Kane cover. This is issue number 22. Asbestos Lady. Here we have issue number 23 with the first appearance of the Scarlet Scarab. This one's also a little on the pricey side. I believe that's also a Gil Kane cover right there. Okay, here we go, issue number 24. Issue number 25. Looks like another Gil Kane cover. Yeah, don't like this cover at all. Issue number 26. Oof. Ancient Axis. Issue number 27. There we got Bucky's there, right? You see Bucky on a lot of these. So here we have a Frank Robbins cover. All right, issue number 28. Oof. Yeah. And then this is a cool cover, issue number 29. Teutonic Knight, which gives the origin of the Invaders. I think this is, here's a Joe Sinnott cover. Issue number 30. And a couple of those I've shown might have been Joe Sinnott covers as well. Here's a great cover. This is issue number 31. Okay, meet the Frankenstein monster. Kirby's back again for issue number 32. So now we have Thor. This is really interesting. So you're probably thinking, why is Thor in a World War II themed issue, right? I'll have to look and see. And here we have Thor and Namor battling it out. Issue number 33. This one's hilarious because here we actually have Frank Robbins. May have done the whole thing. I'm not sure. This is issue number 34. Frank Robbins definitely did the faces up here. This might not be him here, but you can always tell Frank Robbins. Always. Here we got, who did this one? This one looks like this one is Kupferberg and Sinnott. Issue number 35. The Wizard, of course, temporarily was known as the parent of, or the father of both Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, right? Here's Against the Iron Cross, issue number 36. We got this, and once again, Fighting the Iron Cross, issue number 37. You got the U-Man and Lady Lotus are back, issue number 38. Issue number 39. Issue number 40, Baron Blood is back once again. And issue number 41, the final issue. Here we got all of their villains fighting out against Super Axis. Right, final issue. So that's the main run. Then we've got the giant size Invaders. That is indeed a Frank Robbins cover. Oof. Robbins and Romita. So I think one of them did the art and the inks, but you can definitely tell that that's Frank Robbins all over that. Just the way the bodies are and the faces, just, I don't know, not my cup of tea. And here's the king size annual number 1. And then, now that we showed you that, we'll just move these out of the way. There was also a bunch of years later, and this was, I think, 1983. Yes, 1993, actually. Here we have the 4-issue run. They were doing like a lot of these right around the time, early 90s. Marvel was doing a lot of these little 4-issue runs, bringing some characters and teams back and stuff. So here we have the Invaders #1, back by popular demand. #2. #3. And the final issue, #4. Now, I haven't read any of these yet, but you might be saying, is that the Ghost Rider there? No, but it's a similar type character. I forget exactly what he's called, but I will be diving into these fairly soon. So I did want to open up maybe one of these to give you guys a little look inside, just so you can have a feel for what these are all about, and maybe, you know, can show off a little of this crazy Frank Robbins art. So let's see what we got here. Let's check out issue #2. So again here, yeah, Frank Robbins and Vince Colletta. Yeah, this one doesn't look off. I've seen much worse. But again, it's very, you know, very cartoony, but there's a lot of good dialogue in these. The stories are really good. This was the writer on this was Roy Thomas. And lots of good battles. You know, Frank Robbins was known for doing these weird, like, look at the way the hands are, and the legs, the joints. Everything's all this kind of weird, herky-jerky stuff, and his characters are always leaping and flying through the air, which I always thought was really strange. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just never saw him as a superhero, and they even had him do some horror stuff, which was even worse. But these stories are great, and there's a lot of action in them, and the villains are kick-ass. So, I mean, it's almost hard to resist these in a weird way. And his Namor always looked really strange to me. I know some people don't mind Frank at all. Frank is very divisive. You either love Frank Robbins stuff or you hate it. I'm not a fan, but like I said, I am oddly drawn to this book, this series, because I love these characters so much. And because it's just so different, and, you know, the whole World War II theme I think is pretty cool. So, yeah, I probably should. You know what? Maybe I should, because I haven't opened them yet. Maybe we should open up one of the new ones. Take a look at that real quick and see what these look like. So I'll do that. I'll open up issue #1 and see how different our Invaders are looking between there and here. Right. So here we've got the first issue. We've got, let's see what. Roy Thomas again writes, David Hoover, penciler, Brian Garvey as the inker. So right off the bat, that's how Namor's supposed to look, right? It's definitely a little bit different there. Pretty cool. So again, it looks a little bit different. Obviously, because, you know, Frank Robbins, this looks more like, you know, regular superhero stuff. But yeah, I'll probably, in the weeks ahead, I'll probably be going through some of these Invaders books, and as I'm rereading and reading some for the first time, I know there's a few that have like storylines that go over a few issues, and what I'll be doing is I'll be doing some inside the covers on some of them for the ones that either have, like, maybe it's a single storyline or one that takes up a couple of issues, and we'll go through those so you can see these a little bit more in depth. But I did want to give everybody like a little look at the whole run, because like I said, I will be going through some of these in the weeks ahead for some inside the covers, and you know, we'll see how they all unfold, right? So thanks for watching, everybody. This just a little look at my Invaders collection, which is now complete, at least the first 2 runs, right? And put down any comments you might have on the Invaders down in the comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. We've also got the link down below to the Sea of Tranquility merch page, where you can get yourself a Comic Book Geezer shirt or a coffee mug. Thanks in advance for all your support there. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo from Comic Book Geezers. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.